Welcome back, everybody, here to your coverage of the Dota 2 Championship League. I'm TobiWan, bringing you our one and only best-of-3 matchup tonight from the Championship League, and that is Mousesports going up against Speed Gaming. Speed Gaming, this could be their last game in the group stages, and then they are basically one best-of-3 and one best-of-5 away from having a $50,000 prize pool lion share awarded to them, being $25,000 just for playing 4 best-of-3s. 1 best-of-3, and 1 best-of-5. It's almost easy money, isn't it? Let's jump ourselves over into the game, because we're already into the draft, so we'll have Mousesports over on the Dire side for this matchup, and Speed Gaming will be over on the Radiant side for this one too. And while Pylai Die kicks it off again, and we're going to see Doombringer finding his way into that ban pool. Rise refuses to let... Actually, Rise? Yeah. Rise, actually, not Link sitting in that top. It could be anyone drafting. But yeah, Mousesports refusing to let that Lich come through into the pool. And Elder Type this time around, they'll also take out. And with Lifestealer as well as the Doombringer, we're letting loose the dogs of all wars. Every single thing you want is available right now. We will get our Visage. Maybe not every single thing. Everyone always wants a Lifestealer. But in this case, he will not get through. But Visage, first pick up here. One of the favored heroes on the map, and always favored to be played by Owie. He is an amazing player at this game. He's an amazing Visage player as well.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, alright, so we've got Rise with his 2 pickups coming.
Mousesports turn to pick.
We'll have Crystal Maiden being the first one, so again we go with aggressive support, and we're going the Bristleback! Now, they did this combination, they tried it, they love it with the Kunkka. I'm pretty sure Paladin's going to ban it out just so they can't get it, but Bristleback, we'll see him coming up here for Mousesports lineup, and they will just try and tank the living crap out of everything. Some good stuns, some good warpath, and Paladin's like, oh fine, you want Bristle? Not a problem. We'll get a guy that doesn't care if you reduce the damage when you attack his back. We'll get the SF onto the field, and we already saw the damage output, which can come from just a decently farmed SF in the first 5 minutes, and then the snowball effect, which comes after that.
5 seconds remaining.
So Pylai Die now in for his next 2 bans. And he's going to take out the Clockwork, who was like first pick material in the last game. Banned out this time around. And I don't know if he even fears the Kunkka support enough to ban it. With this matchup, I'm almost wondering if you want to be taking out a different style of support here. Like if you want to look over towards something like a Venomancer instead. We did see that ban out before. The Juggernaut's going to be banned out by Rise, so he's a little bit concerned about the immunity and the stayability of the lineup from Speed Gaming International again. In this one, though, up against the Bristleback, I'm wondering what Speed Gaming want to do as their choice up against the Bristle. He's kind of like an old... He's really an old warhorse. A really old warhorse. Used to tank up absolutely everything. Remember the year of 2007, and there was one fight, like, my details from back that far are pretty sketchy as it is, but I remember one battle that was happening, and it was when KingSurf International, KingSurf MY were playing on the main stage of the WCG Asian Championship, and this Bristleback ran from the Radiant, or in those days Sentinel, Tier 2 tower, to his Tier 2 tower on the Scourge side, or Dire side. He ran the entire way being chased by 4 heroes. And he tanked everything. Like, the team fight went badly for him, and he just tried to run away. And he got away. He actually managed to run that entire path and got away out to safety as this Bristleback. And he had, I think it was like a Vanguard as well as a Hood of Defiance up on him at that point of the fight. Because I remember, it wasn't really that many items, but I always remember, ever since that point, that Bristleback with minimal items is still insanely strong. Insanely strong. Guys, I know a couple of people are still tweeting me out saying they're having some troubles with the Dailymotion live stream. As I said before, if you do have issues with Dailymotion live stream, please let them know what issue. Obviously, there is no chat to let people know about it. But you can tweet me out or put it over on my Facebook page. It's on TobiWan Dota. I don't mind it being spammed up with bug reports, but try and say where you're from, what bug you're having, and yeah, that's basically it. And if it's just lagging, say video or audio. Hey, would you believe it? But yeah! Me casting so much Dota of late, feeling the prediction powers. If I look into my crystal ball, I look at it and it says like a tag ownership of Bruno. Yeah, but you can tweet me out TobiWan Dota as well as over on Facebook and put your bug reports in there if you are having issues. I know the Dailymotion guys are checking that out, so yeah. Hopefully it all gets sorted.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, the overhaul comes in about 30 days, I believe it is.
5 seconds.
Roughly
remaining.
end of November. And then things will probably change around. Pylite die now. Let's see how we go. Venomancer, CM, and Bristleback. The makings of a wonderful friendship of tries. But with the Visage and the SF, I kind of feel like they almost should be pushing these guys back. It's almost worth a coddle. I really feel it's actually worth a coddle coming out from Speed Gaming. And if not a coddle, we go jungle. I don't know if Pylite Die is going to feel confident enough. Like, I know he probably wants a Rubik looking at all this. And Dazzle! 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 Love this guy's audio set. It's one of the best audio sets in the game. And we'll get Dazzle. We will get Dazzle coming up here for Speed Gaming International. A hero which I know a guy who's actually streaming over on the Frag by stream right now. Well, he wanted this guy to come back into the meta. 3 points poison touch. You get the 1 point up into the grave, and then you throw everything else into your shadow weave as well as your ultimate weave. In fact, let me just double check. Yeah, as I get it right. Shadow wave and then weave. Shadow wave and weave. Yeah, the W's. Yeah, but we get Dazzle. So happy to see this guy. And this makes it very difficult now for the Bristleback because you get the slow of your own from Dazzle. And then on top of that, you're also going to get your armor shift up during the middle of the fight. Crystal Maiden and Venomancer will be shaking in their booties right now, if Venomancer could in fact wear booties. And then you got Visage. Like, his sole assumption, nukes will be looking straight for that Venomancer and the Crystal Maiden. Throw out that damage, throw out the heal. Very difficult for Bristleback to ensure a kill every single time. And also difficult for Bristleback to move. Admiral Conquer will come out. Mousesports are going to stick with their lineup. They're not backing down from this. They want to run the Conquer. This time, though, Conquer will be core. So, fourth pickup now for Speed Gaming. We got to look to the other cores now.
10 seconds.
We've got to look to our other lanes.
5 seconds remaining.
So, Pylite Die. Up against a Bristle and a Conquer. You still want to try and get through that Bristleback. You need to have as much DPS as possible. In fact, yeah, there we go. Weaver's going to come up here. And this starts to show our lanes too. So we get a Weaver for the safe lane, or could be aggressive tri lane. You could even run dual lanes for this. If you want some early levels, a Dazzle and a Weaver is enough. You could run the two of them up on the top lane. You put Visage with a +1 on the bottom. SF middle lane for Sing Sing. But just gives the Bone 7 someone like a Nature's Prophet. And I say Nature's Prophet because look at Mousesports' lineup. X-Mark spots can be probably going to be the only thing that's going to cause issues for a Nature's Prophet. Apart from that, there's no counter split push, apart from like Conker's Blade to clean up the creep wave. But it forces him to TP back. And then SF and Weaver will go to town whoever they can find. I'm really feeling right now that Nature's Prophet from Bone 7, which means courier sniping. Yay! Rider's feeling is the Bat Rider. Could also work when you get a lasso, holds the Bristleback in a certain position. You can't turn yourself in that scenario too. But at the same time, I just look for the Hex. You don't need one on SF and Weaver. They're your DPS. But Nature's Prophet will find his space, will find his farm. No.
I speak
And we
of
get
the
profit actually
trees.
from Mousesports. They block it.
Radiant team.
So we get Linklink's profit, which means we'll have to have Sing Sing on the Conker in the middle lane. Unless we're going to see a solo mid Veno. It's coming back, peoples. It's coming back. It's a while since we saw Venomancer being played as core. And even then, it was only for like a week here or a week there. The most notable one from the EU scene was, in fact, Horvost, who played the Venomancer. But they always did it with an aura stack. There was always a
10
combination with
seconds
auras.
remaining.
Now you're like looking at this going, well, okay, well,
5
we have a
seconds
Venomancer.
remaining.
Do we still want to run Conqueror as a support? Is Venomancer's DPS what we're really searching for? Because
Reserve
they
flag.
need DPS and they need it good. And they got to decide if it's going to come from a Venomancer or if it's going to come from the Conqueror. I'm still feeling a Conqueror and Venomancer goes into a basic role as a supporter in this game. But we'll see who Synderen picks up for that middle lane. He could always take the Nature's Prophet in the middle too. Synderen's been known to
10
do that.
seconds remaining.
And Nyx Assassin will be the last one here from the Speed. So we're not going to go for full-out attack, but we will see Bone 7. He can't have the Prophet, so he goes for a hero that can kill off the Prophet. And also gank Crystal Maiden and gank the Venomancer. And it is Synderen's Conquer. It is Synderen's Conquer. So Nyx Assassin will be the last one. That'll be Bone 7's. Sing Sing will take the SF to the middle lane. MV takes his normal role as the Weaver, which means Dazzle will be taken up by the last player of Speed Gaming. I love that guy. I love Dazzle. I really wish he was played even more. I really wish he was played more and more than he is.
10 seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
He's not everyone's popular kid. He's not everyone's
5
popular kid.
seconds remaining.
One day Dazzle shall return to the world of the most awesomest heroes, support heroes in the world. When Axe will start creep skipping and they come in with Dazzle and Omni Knight and then nobody can stop them. It's the old school combo. It's Operation 2009. Let's roll. Unicorn. He'll be our Bristleback to start with. We'll have Crit over as the Conker. And then Synderen. Oh, they switched it. Ah, you slippery little Synderen. He will take the Venomancer and go towards the solo mid. Looks like bottle running, so we will be having a solo mid Venomancer here. And then Rise will be the Crystal Maiden. Link will take the top lane for the Nature's Prophet, but this will be an aggressive tri-lane on bottom with Rise, Crit, as well as Unicorn. Where Synderen going to go man mode up against the middle lane. Sing Sing's over on that one, so Venomancer up against the SF. The funny thing is, though, when you look at this, Synderen can only get levels up in Venomous Gale as well as Poison Sting. And I say this because there's an old trick, and I don't know if people remember how to do this, but because obviously Roshan spawns at level 1, you throw down a Plague Warden here, it gets damaged down by Roshan, and then SF will deny it. And it gives him early souls. It actually gives you free souls at the very, very start. So normally you have this real rough time as you try and find your early souls, you try and find your early damage, etc., etc., etc. But it changes around when you can have a hero like a Venomancer on the field. So just keep your eyes peeled for these wards at the early stage. I really don't see Synderen leveling it up. Not before he hits level at least 5, because then it won't really matter anymore. But his Gale, obviously there's no damage over time, it's just a slow. And Pylite Die is already saying hello to him. This is that new poison touch. 7-2 so far. Interesting.
Regeneration.
I was kind of hoping he was played more than that, but I completely understand it's 7-2. And he comes back in again. It's harassment for 100 mana. And he found a regeneration. Whoop, first blood. Don't miss it again. Bristleback's actually going to take it over on the Nyx Assassin. Going the Quills level 1. I was waiting for it in the middle lane, to be honest. I was waiting for the 2 Razors to come up, but Sing Sing never hit the level in time. And Synderen's just backed off this lane completely. He's got Poison Touch level 1. Completely zoned out. Completely zoned out. But the fact that there was a kill on the bottom lane does show you the power of that Bristleback. He goes up to the highest net worth. Let's just jump over the CS. It's more important to watch. And we've already got rotations coming in from the supports. Crit and Rise, the Master of the Tides, and then the Lady that freezes them. And Sing Sing's a long way up. He's wanting to run backwards right now. They have an Observer Ward here, which is watching the rotation. So Crit and Rise are quite visible, in fact. In fact, Pile Die, nah, they've only got a level 1 raise. If they had level 2 raises, they may consider the fight for this one. Bone 7 up against Unicorn. This is possibly the best thing now. Mana Burn. Now Mana Burn. Yeah. Get rid of Unicorn's ability. He can pop off once at a Quells and then he's gone. He can't snot it up. He can tank it up, but he goes to second level now up in the Quells. He's still only got 1. And Crystal Maid doesn't have a level up in Aura yet, so he doesn't have a large amount of mana coming his way. But they're going to look for another kill here, and Unicorn will have to do his tank count thing. So one to the Quills, Bone 7, Frostbitten up, Spy Carapace trying to slow them all up as well and return some of the damage, but Prophet also TPing in. This is commitment to not only get the kills, but also got to be a commitment to push out the lane. Linkley can walk back up and pick up a TP scroll, but by doing so, what he's done, you've now got a 14-1 Weaver on the top lane with all the space in the world. Aoi 2000's pulling over towards the side, so he's finding his levels as well. So they need to bring down this tower to make this a worthwhile TP trade, or else it just doesn't work. Sing Sing, 1 and 2 raises, both able to connect on the Venomancer. He's got 16-6 right now. He's only got 1 level up in the Souls because he wanted to put the points up into raises instead. So he has the burst damage up against Synderen. And Synderen, I am a little bit surprised. I'm not surprised about the Plague Wards. If he holds the Plague Wards in and doesn't use it, then that'll make a little bit more sense. But he goes 8-1 in that middle lane. The bottom tier 1 tower does take a fall. Bristleback is the one to get the money for it, as in the last hit. So he buys full strength threads. He's really already becoming a big problem. Like, his tank ability is just, yeah. It's very, very concerning. Bone 7 can't initiate anyone. He's getting close to that level 6, and I suppose in a way that's his upside. They gave him a little bit of space here on the bottom lane, and now we're going to go again. So Mana Burn's up. It's only 1 more set of Quills that Unicorn can pop off here. Torrent, X marks, drags him back. Spy Carapace again from Bone 7 doesn't make it easy. And Link with the Sprout. Bone 7. Ah, no path, no path, no path. He had a Tango. He could have walked into the Sprout. And then that would have made a little bit of a choke point. So both Crit or Unicorn, only one of them could have attacked. Only one of them could have attacked.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But Mousesports, they've got so many people on this bottom lane. They just Prophet's 13-0. This is why I'm not sure. You got 3 kills going the way of Mousesports. That's great. They've already got a tower, so you get over 1,000 gold bonus. That's to be expected. But you look at the experience. It's coming back the other way. So when you ask, is it really worth the trade-off here? Even Dazzle, you can see him walking around. He's going to come down for the 4-minute room, which will be an invis. He can't stop Synderen from getting it. But you also see the build-up from Dazzle, like his levels. He hasn't put that 3rd point into anything yet. If he needs a shallow grave, he'll level it. If he doesn't, he won't. Spy Carapace again. Owie this time. Burst damages towards Rise. You will see that Prophet TPM, but this time he'll get himself a double stun over on Unicorn as well as Linkling. Bone 7 really slowed down. There's your last set of Quills to go. But there's more support coming in. Pilot Eye, they've had enough of this bottom lane. They want Unicorn out of here. So there goes your Sting already. Slow him down. Push him back. Torrent's going to miss because they didn't follow directly out this, and then Linkling. He's still committed on this bottom lane. Well, in the mid lane, Synderen's now made his wall of wards. Level 3 wards, not as easy to bring down, especially when you got to fight up towards the high ground. And this just stops the mid push from happening. Which I think, in honesty, it's not really what Sing Sing's searching for. He's not looking to bring down the tier 1 tower. He's looking to kill off that pesky little Venomancer and then bring down the tower. LOL! Right. Did he spend his money? No, he didn't. That wasn't intentional. I thought that could have been intentional, but I think he just miscalculated one of the creeps. And the live points drop. Bristleback goes back to base now, so 808 gold on him. This is where you start asking yourself, like, what he wants to build into. Like, you're not going up against a whole bunch of melee heroes. Probably wouldn't want to go to the Vanguard anyway. Ah, the bugs. Look at Unicorn. -4 on the armor. Envy just wants to harass him down, say, welcome to the lane, but I'm going to drop you down to half of your life points if you want to come up here. And Envy's almost fine on this top lane. He's going to go for his normal build, which is the phase boots. So he likes being very over-aggressive as this Weaver. So free souls. When you got wards up on the high ground like that's just free souls. Synderen's rotating bottom lane. Does have his ultimate up and running. Is he going to try and go on Bone 7? Bone 7's just desperately trying to get to level 6. That's all he wants. He wants to be hunting the Venomancer, and now, well, Bone 7, he'll mana burn Synderen up. Finishes his farming on the way. Waits for the stun timing. He can almost pick off. No, he can't. The creep wave's gone now. He's got a new one coming in. Synderen's ulti. I need to get the last little attack in. The very good thing those Plague Wards were also changed around. Gank up on top lane's coming. So Synderen used his ulti for the first time, unable to get the kill on the bottom lane. Does push Bone 7 back at least. But you're seeing stacks coming up. In fact, we're seeing multiple stacks, in fact, coming up. Synderen, I don't know if he did that one intentionally or not. Envy, oh, he's already used time-lapse. We know he likes to be over-aggressive. The world knows it. But now he's going to do it again on Unicorn, but he's not going to be ready for the rest of the support. Prophet's TPing in as well. Look for that sprout on him. They've already got the Frostbite. He's got 6-1 charges, more TP, and then Shallow Grave. Pilot A will keep him alive, allows him to Shikuchi away to safety. He wants to turn around and fight this though. He pops off the 1 charges and then focuses on Linkling. The Gale will fly out from Synderen. This is still only a level 1 Gale and Linkling. With his sprout down, it's a triple stun rise. He's so low on life. Bone 7 Spire Carapace almost allowing Unicorn to kill himself right then. And Crit's on the run out of here. Aui's got a Solar Sunshine, but needs the vision on Crit to pick him off. Synderen comes in with fast movement speed. Where's that CM running back to base right now? But Weaver escapes. He got 1 assist out of all of that, and they did not kill him off. SF also still with no deaths, and Sing Sing's coming down to take the stacks. Actually, looks like he's already done it. That big cam stack's already gone. So SF. Tier 1 tower in the mid with no Venomancer to protect it. With almost max souls. 35 out of the 36. Now he's got 36.
Is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Bone 7's also going to be picking up his level 6 right now. Able to farm underneath his own tier 1 tower. See him move back right there. That was Pilot Eye moving back to make sure the level 6 came up. So now we've got Vendetta initiation. Tier 1 tower will go down, but the line's already been drawn. Pilot A wants to come in. He's smoked up and goes past the Plague Ward. Synderen's using these things for vision, so they have a little bit of anticipation. Envy being ganked up on the bottom. I still kind of want to watch Sing Sing die. Synderen die in the mid, because you know time-lapse, very difficult to lock him down. They actually can't get close enough and slow down Synderen enough. I don't know if he actually got himself in range for the Grave Chill. Looks like mana's been used for it. In the meantime, Eternal Envy battling like a man. Nova, oh, the 1 charge to keep him alive. Chikuchi and TP's out. Torrent guess from Crit. Thought he went up high. And then they bail out. Well, are they asking for it? Well, I know if they're asking if Eternal Envy just DC when he ran back in then.
Is under attack.
But I'm pretty sure that was fully intentional what he just did. Walking back into 3. He wanted the conquer. Synderen going to line up the Gale. Level 2 now. So at least gets his damage over time. Venomancer already out as well. Sing Sing won't stop until the tower drops. And then 1 raise to attack. 2nd raise. Now you know why. Rise and walk back into that! He gets the Frostbite. Pilot Eye will just grave up Sing Sing. So he's going to tank this through anyway. X-Mark spot to Torrent. Pilot Eye dies, in fact, dragged back. And they'll get a kill over on him. And Sing Sing, unless he wants to die, he's going to try and TP out. The Familiar was just hovering around in case he was in need of assistance. Link, very wisely now in range of his own tier 2 tower. Bone 7's just looking for him. Bone 7's the... Well, if you want a master of scouting and sniping, Bone 7 is basically it. Crit, if he was a little bit closer, it's possible he would have gone for the X into Torrent. But then again, it's not really going to make that much of a difference when Nick's Assassin pops off his Spike Carapace. If you have more people to follow that up, then it's worth it. Alright. Hand of Midas is only up for Link, so we don't know how 4 Midas is on the field this time around, which I'm very, very happy for. Thank you, Liquid. Bone 7, more importantly, is also finding more levels. Higher up in the stuns. Profitolity bouncing around. I'm not quite sure what that was really for. Let's stop the push in the bottom lane from Envy. Could have been it. Could have also been to help out Cinder and push this mid. With a couple of Plague Wards, he's trying to do it, but you got enough DPS coming out from Sing Sing, and this Sing Sing is almost finished at the BKB. Well, probably should have been watching CM die. Owie as well as Pylai die. Teaming up together, and Bone Seven's on the hunt. Vendetta into the jungle. Link feels it. Doesn't see it though. But when you see two observer wards up on this top lane, one behind the tower and one in front of the tower, they'll know when Nyx Assassin disappears from that top lane. So when he's gone, you got to move back. And that's why Link's in fact now TPing up to the... He's faked it a couple of times, but now they'll commit. They want this top tower gone. Unicorn did build into the Vanguard at the end of the day. But at the same time, he's got to be careful. Bone Seven's going to get there in time to stun him up. Yep. Oh, no! Bone Seven's toast. Spy Carapace went up, but it's already too late. He popped his stick charges. Syndrome will come in too. He threw the stun in and he guessed it. Gale able to connect from Cinder and ulti as well. Pilot just wants to TP out of this one. He'll be successful. Owie 2000, however, I don't think he will be. No. X to torrented. Familiars as well. Familiars, they're coated in green goo. The Profitolity will bounce too, and now Mousesports, they want to roll with the momentum of this. They know they've given so much farm over to the Weaver and the SF. They have to get something back and something back quickly, and map control is the only thing they really can do. And that'll be the tier 2 tower. Stun through, slows them down a little bit, at least make sure that both Unicorn and Syndrome don't get the last hits. Syndrome building into a mech, so it's a support carry, support semi-carry mid. If that can make sense. And Envy, okay. Well, now we see the problems of a Venomancer. We're gonna have the time lapse out by Envy. He didn't want to waste any more time with that. Just push Syndrome off the back, off the lane. Just remind him who is boss. Drums now we purchased up by Unicorn, so we get high movement speed up from Unicorn. We get a lot of tank ability as well. And at the same time, you look over towards Weaver. And he's going to go into a Lincoln Sphere build by the looks of it. Either that or it's just a casual Ring of Health. SF is the man with the BKB, so he's fine to stand up against the Bristleback. But we don't have these damage dealing items up just yet. We've got Stayability again coming up for the two cores here of Speed Gaming. Which is kind of surprising too when you look at the Dazzle. Because you got Dazzle in the field. If you ever want to have confidence to go completely over-aggressive, Dazzle is the hero that allows you to do so. They're going to move down for the 14-minute rune. Regeneration. Sing Sing wants this crit. He can't X and push him back. He only was coming down to scout that out as well. Maybe even deny it. Syndrome has an empty bottle right now, but the fact there's a regeneration up on that SF. Now, quick raises, clean through the creep wave. Torrent will connect, but with the regeneration rune, like they're just forcing him to use it a little bit earlier. Gale as well, going to slow him down. He doesn't have to use it. But with the tick down from the Gale, is that level 3 now? Yeah, it is. Damage was coming a little bit too fast for level 2. Sing Sing just, Plague Wards. Clean them up. Quick heal. Quick raises. Yeah, Dazzle didn't need to use that heal, because that was going to happen. Regeneration anyway. Envy's got the space in the bottom lane. And Sing Sing, it's just 152. Like, that CS is just... I know the Bristleback is tanky. And I know that the split push from Mousesports is still... Actually, no, I know you can say it's stronger than Speed Gaming, because you got the threat of the Nyx Assassin. They made sure he had enough farm and got early level 6. Or as early as they possibly could. Having that level 6. Aw, Sing Sing. Nice and backed up. Only one layer of snot on him. The Plague Walls will be mopped up too. They're ganking up top lane. Bone 7. Oh, Grave Chill. Vendetta hit. Now stun. Sting. Dead. You can mop up the creep wave on the top lane too. One familiar stun. They can drop down the second one too. Losing the control of it. But the mid-tier 1 tower will take a fall instead. So profit for a tier 1 tower. TP's coming in. And Envy finds Rise. Throws the bugs. Actually connected with Rise as well. Sentry's taking a fall, and Envy just backs himself up. Comes back in again for another Gemnite attack. He has to use his time lapse already. But they've used Gales. He's dragged up. Hastrun, Ryan's is TPing out. Nice torrent coming out from Crit, stopping Sing Sing from chasing. With the Blink Dagger up on Bone 7. He's not in range to stun Crit. He also has to do one of those blind things. He can't do the hero stuns anymore. So they only lose the Prophet. And they do pull all the Speed Gaming back together again. And speaking in Prophet, now has a Shadow Blade and straight back up to the top. It's almost like he wants to make sure the jungle belongs to them. But Speed Gaming's done their normal stuff they normally do. That's aggressive Observer Wards, 1-up. Like, this is as stock as standard as you can get from Speed Gaming supports. This one, a little bit more unique. And this Sentry Ward is completely the wrong spot. Alright, so which player has built Mask of Madness the most times in competitive Dota 2? And it's not Sing Sing? I call BS. I call BS. Actually, I got a funny feeling it's someone inside this game. And I actually want to say it's Bone 7. And I only say that because he was doing it consistently on the Batrider. But then again, you could also have that for Owie. Owie was doing it for Aghanim Scepters. We've basically got team. Yeah, we've got team Mask of Madness. Yeah, I'm with the chat on this one. I'm calling Bone 7. I'm calling Bone 7 for the Batrider. Prophet Ollie bouncing around. It's middle lane Cinderin. A lot of trouble. Throws the ulti out as a last-ditch effort. And then they just throw the weave up. More armor. More armor. Bone 7. He's still got a couple of stick charges available. And that ulti hurts like hell, especially when you get the gal. Have to grave up Sing Sing. They all just medic! 10-11 has his BKB now. So the two defensive items, and again we see the build into the crit. The Chrysalis from Sing Sing. And already up to 2,400 gold, basically, so he's just the recipe away from the full Daedalus. I'm wondering, though, at this point of the game, if you just want to leave it as a crit, sell that stick and pick up the Helm of the Dominator. Get yourself an extra aura on the map, but more importantly, have that life stealer and bonus armor and basic regeneration you get. We'll see what happens when Sing Sing cracks around 2k gold. Bottom lane, a lot of farm. Easy farm for Envy. Wants to push this lane out. Unicorn's down here as well. And Unicorn going to go S and Y on this Bristleback. Torrent's going to have a bit of a guessy. But Envy's backed up, so Unicorn can't initiate in.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm also reading chat a couple of times. For the one guy who said I stole his idea of Bone 7. And seriously. A shout out to Caldy as well. But yes, for people who realize that, it's amazing how many people don't realize all the options which are on the Joindo side. I'm just saying. Link, nice sprout. Forces the time lapse out. Now Envy. Oh, 10-second BKB in defense. Now that is going to be frustrating. Prophet's faking that TP. There's no way he's going to jump in on Envy. The bottom tier 2 tower will go down. Killed off by the creep wave, but that's not going to be the S and Y for Unicorn. And Prophet is going to TP down. They want to try and force this out. Owie, oh, he waited. He was shopping. He'll have to use his Grave Shield to get himself movement speed to get away from Unicorn. But Unicorn, that's 1,900. Oh, Link. BKB now up from Sing Sing. Unicorn getting stinged up as well. Bone 7, blink, stun, hits on Cinderin as well. The torrent's coming in, the ship as well. It's not going on any heroes in Envy. He's a long way out. The Grave Chill will keep him alive. Solar 100 damage, it's not enough. Venom will throw the ulti out and they'll actually help to pick up. It does send critical. Eternal Envy. And Bristleback only loses the Aegis, the Immortal here. Now going on now on the tier 3 tower. And they go with a full-on tank ability. That is this Mousesports lineup. That is this 2k life points Bristleback. SF, I think that's the Demon Edge flying in. It is. He knows he needs his extra damage and he needs it now. Daedalus, in fact, the full thing is up. Quick raises, try and mop up the army of trees. There's slows, there's stuns. Highlight die. He doesn't have his Shallow Grave anymore. Can't get the heal off as well. And Mousesports, they're just pushing. They are pushing so hard up against Speed Gaming. You still got the raises slowing down the creep wave. X marks spot into the torrent. BKB on cooldown for Sing Sing. But look at that! Holy Hannah! Crit was almost one hit out then. Envy wants to chase him. Shikuchi and Gemnet attack will get the kill. Rise will go down. Sorry, not Crit, it was Rise. And Envy, because he has the BKB, can stand his ground. And then time-lapse out a little bit more of the position damage. Picks up a double kill. And Cinderin, well, one hit from Sing. Okay, they're all going to fly astray. Just able to TP out in time. The bottom ranks is not lost. And they kind of needed it then. They kind of needed it. The fact that Mousesports, 22 minutes in, is able to force that much up against two big BKB heroes, one of which has a Daedalus, it's quite impressive as it is. But Crystal Maiden buys up wards. I was waiting for Rise to pick up something else, but I think he wants a Blink Dagger on this Crystal Maiden again. Yeah, but that... Man. That crit is a brutal, brutal thing. Roshan back up again, just over 3 minutes now. So we can mark our clocks. It's going to be 26. Roughly, just before 26 minutes on the board. So we know when Roshan's going to spawn. So it's actually going to be a quite quick spawn. It'll spawn him up in the first possible minute. The first minute of the 3 minutes, which you can have it spawn. Familiar's coming up to scout out for Roshan as well. They could be looking to try and control lanes up, but really at this point, knowing the next Roshan's going to be just as important. Envy a long way up. He's coming to intercept the creep wave. Oh, they saw him. Quick glimpse. He doesn't want to TP out. He knows there's extra players around here. But he's just waiting it out. Sees in the bottom lane both Crit as well as Unicorn down here. So just intercepting the next creep wave will probably be the only straight up thing he could probably want to do. Because the only other option is he TP's out. He can't walk back through the Speed Gaming. He can't walk back through Speed Gaming unless he wants to kill somebody. He sees Rise. Keeps himself hidden in the tree line. Phantomancer wards over on the side. And they're going to Shikuchi in. And they found Crit. Solo some damage from the main force of Speed Gaming. And now the bugs do latch over and Rise. He'll try and TP out this one. I don't know if he's got enough life points to survive. He'll get the bug off him. He's going to be okay. Unicorn already bailing out of there. And now he's... Yeah. Prophet Element, would you mind stopping doing that? Pushing out all the creep waves, keeping it away from their own allies so they can't farm it up. And Sing Sing back into his farm. Net worth of 13.5k. I am interested to see his next item. Like, if it does just go all-out DPS up against the... They kind of do. They need to make Unicorn fear walking into the battle. Like, Unicorn's got S and Y. This guy is so fast anyway. He's walking around with 441 movement speed. This is a basic movement speed from him as well. Obviously, he moves 7% faster with Warpath. So I say basic, but having one level of Quill Spray, that's fine. 448 now. He basically is Mr. Haste Rune. He's going to go Assault Cuirass. It could be a Shiva's Guard as well. There we go. It's Loda. Loda is the Mask of Madness man. So, it seems like we were all wrong, peoples. Loda's purchased up more Mask of Madness than anybody else, with 36 of them. How's Aoi looking? Level 11 and Ultimate with Aghanim Scepter upgrade. Pylai Die. Kind of wish this guy built up Arcane Boots already. I'm hoping he's coming in to pick up both Arcane and TP Scroll. Prophet Element's bouncing around. Bone 7's waiting for this bottom lane. He's got Blink Dagger Initiation. And Envy. Yeah, Cinderin's not sure about this. He thinks it's the Nyx Assassin. But they're not sure. And now another one. Crit gets his smoke revealed. And then a blink away by Bone 7. And he's TPing out. The bugs will go from Envy. It's the last thing before he also will... he's just trying to... Yeah. He's trying to take care of the creep wave. Make it impossible to get the momentum on the bottom lane that Mousesports is searching for to break the base there. And that just buys time. Envy's actually sacrificing himself so the time is bought for the SF, who does now have his lifesteal. So important that he has this. The way he can basically man fight up. Roshan is spawned. Envy scouted it out. Venomancer also left a ward behind. So they know what's going on too. And Envy just wants to throw the army of bugs. The tree army is coming in from Mousesports, and they're going to go for this. Bottom lane's going to push out pretty quickly anyway because of Sing Sing. That wasn't his choice to do that. And they come. So Roshan. This is a team though, well actually with a side device on Prophet, their damage output isn't that bad. But they got 4 staff and Earn over on a support Kunkka. You're not going to find DPS out from him. You got a lot of tank ability from the Bristleback. Prophet Ultimate's already going to go. Have they got mech? I'm not seeing mech. Actually, no one's got mech. They got Dazzle. Use mech when you got Dazzle. I think they just told Envy to keep farming. Envy's now basically... Okay, he is a recipe away from Desolator. Doesn't have to bite the Mithril Hammer right now. He can keep the money for buybacks later on. 10 damage, 10 damage, 10 damage, 10 damage. And the Synderen is not wanting to let him have Roshan. Link just starts his split push again. With his Nature's Prophet. And Sing Sing, he wants in. Synderen's just got this wall of wards up and running. Envy's going to start to clean him up. Sing Sing's out with almost 1 hit. In fact, he's going to 2-hit down these wards. Torrent actually hits on the 2 cores. Gale will also connect on the Weaver. He doesn't want to time-lapse this out. In fact, he's just going to rely on Dazzle to heal him up. Using time-lapse at this point is not really worth it. And they're not going for Roshan. Link's just pushing in the top lane. He's got a double army of Treants pushing this out. One of those armies is about to die off. And the TP comes back from Bone 7. He searches for Nature's Prophet, and Prophet's not there. He came in to gank up. Highlight Eye has been caught out. One defensive raise, but without the Dazzle now, Mousesports aren't fearing the weave possibility for the fight. So they can go in and take Roshan. And I don't think Speed Gaming can actually contest him. In fact, I'm wondering even if they should. Like, Aui's going to push it out. They may just say, well, we have to fight up against this Aegis anyway. It's only the second Roshan, so it's only an Aegis. It's not going to be coming with a cheese as well. And there's still more and more time being bought up for Sing Sing. You can see his damage output, over 300 per hit. 772 crits he's doing to these Ancients. And this is a man who's still got another 2,800 gold. Building into a Satanic. We'll need the time. Desolator is now done too. These key items which are ready for the fight. Gem is well up and running. So they can hunt down the Nature's Prophet. And also importantly, make sure they clean out this area to make sure there's no Observer wards in there. In fact, they're just throwing down Sentry wards. Oh, wow. Preparation Central. Prophet. TPs. Oh, he TPs in behind. They saw him quickly. Rise already with Medallion. BKB will pop. Wad. Envy. He wants this Crystal Maiden dead. Ghost Scepter will slow him down, but that means the crit then takes a little bit more damage. Envy's still behind them all. Kunkka has managed to pick up the Dazzle, and that's one upside. But Sing Sing, BKB can wind up the ulti if he wants to, but he's just right-clicking down Synderen. Synderen, well, Envy's still taking up the backline. He's going to go down as well. Where's your buyback? It's not going to be available for him. In fact, they're going to have to heal up. With the Aegis Immortal triggering off, Soul Assumption damage, crit, he does go down to that. Nyx Assassin will get the kill out in him. Okay, now Fortification has to be used. Sing Sing back to front lines. They've tanked up most of this, and now the stun, it misses. They also, I believe, yeah, they lost the gem during this fight. The gem's in the hands of Rise. Bone 7 going down. SF ulti on the edge, damages Unicorn as well as Rise and Aoi. Grave Chill, his Soul Assumption's there, and you can see him staring down Rise. He'll throw the Soul Assumption, however, over towards Link. The bottom ranks is still not taken. The biggest problem for Speed Gaming is they lost the 900 gold item, the gem, when they didn't really need to. With the amount of Sentry Wars they had down on the ground, they did not need to take that risk. The Aegis Immortal was gone, and Unicorn is now fighting. That's very, very hard to survive. But at the same time, now he's going to finish up a full AC. So the next team fight is going to be different as well. And what's coming up for the Courier? That's the Satanic now for Sing Sing. Well, almost. You'll need a little bit of time to farm up this top creep wave. That is a very good question. Did he actually just buy it? Because they stole one. They stole one from the Dazzle during that last fight. Did he buy that one after? Yeah, Okay, in that case, no idea. The more gems, the merrier. There's only one hero that's evading them with invis, and that is the Weaver. And most of the time, you can even hand the gem over towards... Oh, actually, no, Venomancer. I think you can hand the gem over to the Venomancer because then he can use his wards just to de-ward out all the time. Yeah, I don't know why Crip bought another one. It's kind of like almost a waste of the 900 gold, which they just stole from Speed. And we get level 3 Necro books out too, so we get another set of invis detection. Smoke time. 4 heroes grouped up together. Eternal Envy, always that aggressive style player. So they're trying to use him as bait running up the middle lane. And they'll see Unicorn here, but the smoke's coming into gank. Observe water around the other side of the tree line. We're in daytime as well. And Bone 7, oh, blink. Oh, forced up by Crit. He got mana burned up a little bit, and we'll just TP out from this one. So the gank unsuccessful, and Prophet just says, oh, they're all inside their own jungle. Time to push out the top lane. And let this split push begin. So Eternal Envy, he also needs his next item up now. Having 2 deaths to his name is never really a great thing. How are we looking overall? I've actually avoided this graph the entire time because I've been just enjoying the back and forth momentum. But we do kind of have to check out who has the advantage. So it goes to Mousesports. But 8,000 gold. Experience, however, looks very, very different. Speed Gaming still haven't taken out all the other tier 2 towers where Mousesports, they're up by 3. They're still got a tier 2 tower in the mid to remove, but they have taken the tier 3 tower on the bottom. But this is, again, it's one of those games where, like, you lose a Bristleback, and he'll be dead for a very, very long time. Careful of those buybacks, of course. We got one over on the next Assassin, so he's got bonus time on his next death, which you won't really be that happy about. And now we get a respawn for, so 4:34. So we'll put the marker around 38 minutes for the respawn time again. So that's going to be around the normal spawn time, the old normal spawn time of Roshan. But everyone just has to come back to defend this. The great thing for Prophet is he doesn't have to. He could just keep split pushing and force Speed Gaming to have multiple players in this bottom. Because until they get their fortification back again, they don't have any kind of extra support. Even when Mousesports come in here, I'm wondering if they should have been focusing on the range racks and not the melee. Because melee will obviously regenerate, but the range racks doesn't. So if you're just looking for that first crippling blow that's going to give you a little bit of extra momentum in the lane, that may be exactly what you should be searching for.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So Sing Sing with Daedalus as well as Satanic. Doesn't have his next item up just yet. Like Bristleback, I'm actually interested to see what he's going to build into his next item as well. Like Unicorn's got a lot of tank ability. At this point, it's just basically solo pushing out the bottom lane as well. But Bone 7's trying to keep him out. Lines up the creep wave so then he can stun it. And he got Unicorn as well as the creep wave. X-Mark spot into a torrent. Actually managed to connect on Sing Sing. Probably should have seen that one coming. We're going to see Sing Sing now up with the Yasha. So we'll get Mana Style. Allows for good split push. Allows to break off a couple of the effects that Mousesports will throw towards him. And Envy, I kind of feel like he's just going to look towards Monkey King Bar in this game. He's already got the Desolator. He's got a BKP. I don't know if he needs stability at the same time. That's what I'm just not sure about it. In the meantime, we do have split push a Speed Gaming zone. The familiars from Aoi doing their job as he's building in. And while he's also doing this split push, he's getting himself a lot of farm. Plate mail as well as the chain mail already up on him. So sitting about 2,300 gold away from having the AC done. He doesn't need to micro himself up. Like he can just sit AFK down here in the bottom lane if he wants to, and the familiars will do the rest of the job. Look for the last hits, just look to keep pushing out this top lane towards the towers. Keeps Unicorn back, Mr. 3k gold. And now Prophet will TP in to try and stop this. Necro books come up as well. Whatever pushing power they've got, they'll use. But these familiars won't really care too much. And losing him is a bigger problem. And he did lose one. And then just a quick resummon from Aoi. Keep 3 up at all times. Almost looks to be the plan here. And Unicorn now at 3.1k. The counter just keeps going. Mousesports are getting more and more money with every second that passes by. And Speed Gaming, they're pushing this lane out as far as possible before they got to come back. Even to a point where if they lose their tier 2 tower in the mid lane, it's okay. But they get control of their jungle back by doing such a thing. How's Weaver? Weaver's the man who's going to hold the middle. Oh, we get a bonus trivia question. Only 3 items in Dota 2 are built at an average time of 39 minutes or later on the game clock and pro matches. Name them. So 39 minutes average time. Well, that's going to count out most of your BKBs. I'd actually almost want to go with, 39, no, it wouldn't be that, no. I want to at least put in Monkey King Bar. Monkey King Bar, Daedalus, and Butterfly be my picks. Unicorn, you are so totally toast. The armor change-up is coming anyway. Assault Cuirass, you see how much he can tank though. They need another stun. The BKBs are off on the side, trying to stop Link from doing his thing. And Sing Sing also popping off the extra damage. Lifesteal, sorry, coming out from Satanic. And he'll move over, looking at Cinderin. And now Cinderin, oh, he's in so much trouble. Spire Carapace, one race, misses from Sing Sing, very uncharacteristic. But still, Nyx Assassin back at base. Look at him trying to heal. He's coming so close to critical. Every time. But he can't. It won't. Envy's just found free gold. Desolator. Oh, Rise. Back to base. The Prophet Ollie will pop. I think they're going to try to do this quick. Rise just have to TP back and Fetterman's wrist down. They can take Roshan very quickly, and that's why Link's already cast the ulti and moved towards top lane. He doesn't have Necroeaters to push him out. And Bone 7, TPs. Mana Burn, stuns. Now the dust will pop too, so Shadowblade won't save him. It's just the support still coming in for this one. At the same time, looks like, well, Sing Sing, man fighting. He's got the Aegis model. The cheese is on the deck right now. No one's taking it. The Aegis model will go off, and Unicorn, he comes in and picks up the cheese. Link's going to be here, and Sing Sing hexed up very, very quickly. He'll lose his life. Roshan was killed by the Radiant. But the cheese in the hands, well, actually it was used. It was used at the last point by Unicorn. So they didn't manage to save either of the Roshan parts. At the same time, Nature's Prophet also bought back. So they want to try and force this out. SF does have a buyback. But if this can be stalled up by Speed Gaming, without the Weaver is difficult, they don't have the bug strip. That's another 21 seconds, and they do have fortification available. But by the time they use the fortification, Mousesports will be up on the high ground and damaging down the racks. So I don't think there's any real choice for Sing Sing. He's just waiting it out as long as possible, so he has less bonus time on the buyback for his next death timer. Fortification has been used, and Weaver, he made a TP straight in. There's the buyback by the SF. Shiplet and Pylite die. Yep, straight up TPs. Stunned by Bone 7. Managed to catch out Link. Aoi's also on the front lines here. Familiar drops keeping Cinderin out of this fight. And they're just trying to stop his ultimate, which is about to come up from Cinderin. You see him walk into this. And Unicorn. Wow, there's actually a lot of damage coming out from him at the back end of the path. And then a couple of raises. Sing Sing. He's still Satanic available. And he's got a trigger, but he's frostbitten up. Grave Chill will let him live. Now it's Satanic time. He's got to leech out a lot more life here, and he's not getting the attacks off. In fact, he even went for a raise after he popped it off, and he's on the sidelines. I think this game be Mousesports. It's Unicorn's in close, and there it is. Your damage from the Prophet to bring down Eternal Envy. This is GG. They can push him for the full GG, and there it is. Envy will call it. 22-15. The undefeated Speed Gaming. They were pushed to 3 games in the past, however. But they haven't lost a full best of 3 so far here in the Championship League. Speed Gaming will remain and then play up against Mousesports. In a couple of moments' time, it was Refresher, Satanic, and Divine. Interesting for the 39-minute mark. Obviously, because all the items I listed come a little bit earlier. Yeah, 41 minutes is all this one took, but we'll be back here in a very, very short break time for our last and final game of the night. Speed Gaming up against Mousesports in their final match of the best of 3.